My friend wrote her dissertation in 3 days while I spent a year on mine yesterday. At graduation, I found out who got the only pre-TS position. I did everything by the book. When Dr. Miller announced that single-funded pre-TS position in our department, I transformed into the perfect academic robot. My dissertation planning began 14 months early. I created a color-coded research teneme, met with my advisor weekly, and filled 6 notebooks with meticulously organized notes. I read 87 academic papers, and annotating each one. My letter to review alone took 3 months to perfect. Meanwhile, there was Olivia. We'd been friends since freshman year, but our approaches to academy couldn't be more different. While I was still in strict nights tracking every potential journal citation, Olivia was bartending 4 nights a week and planning weekend trips to music festivals. "Aren't you worried about your dissertation?" I asked her in February when she still hadn't chosen a topic. "I work better under pressure," she shrugged, mixing herself a midday margarita. "Besides, all that stress isn't good for your courtesy." By April, with just 3 weeks until submission, Olivia still hadn't written a single word. Meanwhile, I was on draft 7, obsessively refining every paragraph, calculating exactly how many words I could dedicate to each section without exceeding the limit. Then came that Sunday. I was taking a rare break, having brushed with friends, when Olivia Hagen just had the best idea for my dissertation. Sitting now asterisk, I nearly choked on my mimosa. Sitting and all, with 72 hours until the deadline that night, I heard her typing through our shared wall, and the next night, and the next. She emerged from her room only for coffee. Refills and bathroom breaks. No notes, no outlines, no research tapies. It's just furious, non-stop typing. Done, she announced Wednesday morning, printing her pages while I was still perfecting my acknowledgement section. She hadn't showered in 3 days and looked like she'd been to war, but she was smiling. "Want to read it?" I declined. I couldn't bear to see what 3 days of coughing, fueled chaos looked like compared to my meticulously exterior masterpiece. At submission, my dissertation was immaculate, perfectly formatted, every citation double-checked, every sentence polished. Olivia's was still warm from the printer, pages slightly askew in the binding. For 2 months, I mentally prepared my pre-TD acceptance speech. My dissertation received the highest preliminary marks. My advisor hinted strongly that the position was likely mine. I even started apartment hunting near campus. Then came yesterday's graduation ceremony, and the recipient of this year's fully funded doctoral fellowship, Dr. Miller announced. For her calm and kinematic approach to contemporary media theory is Olivia Chen. The auditorium erupted in applause. I sat frozen, diploma in hand, watching Olivia bounce onto the stage in her unironed gown. At the reception, Dr. Miller pulled me aside. "Your dissertation was flawless, Jessica. Truly exceptional work, but not exceptional enough." I couldn't help saying, he sighed. Olivia's work was unexpected, raw, certainly faction structure, but she made connections nobody in the field has made before sometimes. Either team needs methodical perfection, and sometimes it needs someone willing to color outside the lines. Last night, Olivia and I split a bottle of wine on our apartment floor, surrounded by moving boxes. She's staying. I am leaving for a content strategy job in Seattle next week. "I am sorry," she said, refilling my glass. "You deserved it too." "I followed every rule," I said quietly. "Every single one." "I know," she replied. "That might have been the problem. Sometimes I wonder if all those months I spent perfecting my approach actually limited my thinking. If my script had been tabacy and organized notes became walls instead of ladders. Academia keeps telling us to follow the rules to succeed. What they don't tell you is which rules they're secretly hoping you'll break.